What is going on, YouTube family, and welcome back to another episode of the Chelsea Chat. In this week's episode, we look back on what was a hard-fought draw against Burnley. Yesterday, Chelsea drew 1-1 with Burnley at Turf Moor. Goals coming from Pedro and an absolute stunning free kick from Robbie Brady, and that's where we will kick off this episode. Robbie Brady was making his home debut for Burnley at the weekend, and he capped it off with an absolutely stunning free kick. It was an absolute worldie. If he wasn't Irish, I would not be giving him this, probably wouldn't be giving him this much praise. But oh my god, it was absolutely stunning. And to beat someone as tall as Courtois and as good as the keeper of Courtois' stature, it was absolutely incredible. The goal was insane. Hopefully he can save a couple of them for the game against Wales in March, and Ireland could be on their way to the Russia World Cup. Obviously Chelsea's goal scorer was Pedro. The goal was I did get a good bit of a help from a deflection in the Burnley back line, but nonetheless we deserved our lead at the time. The game as a whole though, the possession stats were quite large in respective of distance. Burnley's possession was only 29%, while Chelsea had a percentage of 71% possession. This was, kind of the telltale of the game, really. We had a lot of the ball, but we weren't clinical enough with it. We didn't do a lot with it. And Burnley, fair play to them, nullified Chelsea throughout the game. We weren't our usual, attacking prowess. Usually, we kind of are a bit hot and cold in the first half, and we turn it on in the second half. Yesterday, it didn't happen. Burnley nullified us very well. Sean Dyche had Burnley playing tactically brilliant. It was actually such a good performance by Burnley. Probably the best performance of the season at home. Probably, I know they've had a couple of wins, but Chelsea have gone so well at this season, only losing 3 games, all in London actually. There's a little fact for you. But yeah, Chelsea have gone, as I said, only 3 losses this season, and to be honest, they look kind of dodgy at stages yesterday. Matt Lowton had a great chance that he hit straight at Courtois. And Burnley, have never to me looked like they're going down, especially yesterday. They look like a solid Premier League side. One thing I have to mention about Chelsea's point of view, Nemanja Matic, my god, it's probably one of the worst performances I've seen him play in a Chelsea shirt. There was one moment in the second half, I don't know what he was doing. We were basically attacking, right? And he kind of tried to take a touch to your controller or do something with it. He didn't really do anything with it. He kind of flicked it over himself and Burnley broke. Andre Gray should have scored from the chance that someone had the ball on the right hand side, crossed in, Andre Gray hit it straight at Petr Cech. He was trying to get it, Petr Cech, Thibaut Courtois. He was trying to get it on target instead of actually going for goal. And I think if Andre Gray had been more clinical, he would have scored. But yes, other than that, Nemanja Matic played absolutely terrible. Didn't look like he was up to much at all. But the other man that was partnering him in the midfield, N'Golo Kante, I think I've practically mentioned him every episode. N'Golo Kante is just, I want to be N'Golo Kante. Women want to be him. He covers 80% of the Earth's surface. He's just one of the best players I've probably seen in a Chelsea shirt. I'm not gonna, I've been supporting Chelsea nearly 10 years now. And I know he's only been at the club for 6 or 7 months, but he's just been that good. He's absolutely unreal. He played class against Arsenal. He's played class against Spurs at home. He played great yesterday against Burnley away. He's just been an all-round absolute boss. And he scored that goal against Manchester United. Listen, what more do you want from your CDM than, that's able to score goals? He didn't score a single goal last season, but he has this season. Intercept, block, distribute. He is just a complete midfielder, and I don't know, and that's why he's probably going to get my man of the match from a Chelsea point of view. But you look at it as a whole, the match perspective. I think Sky Sports gave Michael Keane the man of the match, and I'd probably go on the same lines. As in, he played so well for Burnley in that back line yesterday. Just in general, that Burnley back line played well, and I'm hoping Burnley will progress as a team, because I do really like Burnley. As I said in a previous episode, I think it might have been the last episode when I was reviewing this game, I like to see teams that, I don't see a lot in the Premier League. And Burnley are a main example. Bournemouth are an example. Crystal Palace has been there, I think, 3 years now, but they're another example. And it's great to have a team like Burnley in there who haven't been around the block in quite a while. That's it for another episode of the Chelsea Chat, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Your support means loads to me. As always, guys, share the video around on social media, give it a thumbs up, and remember, subscribe.